Back in the big segment tonight, special report Friday at 10 p.m. on the Fox News channel entitled 13 Hours in Benghazi, the Inside Story. It features 3 CIA operatives who were present the night American Ambassador Christopher Stevens was murdered by terrorists in Libya.
5 minutes, we're ready. It's thumbs up, we're ready to go.
Then what happens?
I went up to the TL and I said, hey, we're ready to go. Bob looks right through me and looks at the team leader and goes, you guys need to wait.
Joining us now from Washington, the anchor of that special report, Bret Baier. So, what was the thing that surprised you the most? You're talking to the 3 CIA guys. Again, they were there in Benghazi, all right? What surprised you the most in putting together this program?
2 things, Bill. One, we're hearing from the guys on the ground for the first time, almost 2 years later, and it was amazingly compelling. They go into granular detail of those 13 hours of this battle. They lost 2 of their team members, Tyrone Woods and Chris Doherty, and the heroism, the detail was really surprising. But 2, you played a piece of that, the stand down. For all this talk about stand down, these guys say definitively it happened. They were ready to go to respond to these calls for help from the diplomatic facility. They were at the CIA annex. They were ready to go, and almost 30 minutes later, they finally broke ranks and went on their own.
All right. Let me ask you a couple of very short questions. Are these 3 CIA guys still in the government?
They are not.
Okay, so
they were
out.
CIA contractors. Right. They are out.
So they're in Benghazi. They're about a mile away from where the ambassador was, under fire from the terrorist group. They want to go and rescue the ambassador and the other Americans. They are told, according to you and them, to stand down. By whom? Who said that?
Now, according to them, they are told by the leader, the chief of station at that CIA annex, we'll call him Bob.
Why don't you mention his name? Why don't you tell us who it is?
Well, they call him Bob in the book. They've got a book, 13 Hours.
But they don't say what his real name is.
Exactly, because he's still with the CIA and still undercover. They've agreed not to come forward with certain aspects of this in a deal to get this book through, but they felt compelled to tell their story.
Okay, I might mention that they have written a book, and I'll give you the name of it after the interview with Bret. Okay, so they're told by their direct chief in Benghazi, don't you go over and help the American ambassador. That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense on any level. Americans are under fire, an ambassador. You have guns and you can go a mile and help them. It makes no sense, Baier, at all. Do they explain it in any way?
Here's what they do. They lay out the history, where the history there was that they wanted the head of that station, the annex, wanted all of the response to be this local militia called the February 17th
That's insane.
Brigade.
That's insane.
That's what they wanted. Because, why? Did they want the CIA operation to remain private, quiet, without anybody else coming in? Perhaps. What these guys do is lay out their story.
So they don't know for sure. They don't know for certain why they were ordered not to help Ambassador Stevens. They think this could have happened, but they don't say, look, this is why they wouldn't let us help him. They don't say that.
No, they don't say specifically why. They lay out a history of what happened before that. But what is amazing is for all of the back and forth in Washington, what Republicans say, what it means for Hillary Clinton, all of the words on pages of all these reports, these are the guys who were there. And almost
absolutely.
2 years later,
and you know what
the
real worthiness of this report tomorrow night on Fox News Channel at 10, the real worthiness is this starts now, right there, that Congress people should then say, why? This is what the eyewitness testimony on the ground is. Who gave this order to this station chief not to help the ambassador? And then you can start to figure it out. So this is lays the groundwork to finally solve this horrible, horrible mystery. Last word.
Last word, I've done almost 34 of these hour specials for Fox since I've been here. This is by far the most compelling.
All right, Bret, thanks a lot. Again, the special, 13 Hours, runs Friday at 10 on FNC. Also, a new book out next week chronicles the entire story. It's called 13 Hours, the inside account of what really happened in Benghazi. Up next, Factor Tip of the Day, the State Department angry with me, your humble correspondent, calling me sexist. Oh, the tip, moments away.